He knows more. He knows more about our family than we do, because he does personal interviews with people you would never dream of. Right, Diane?
Who brought you home, Hunt or Mark?
Hunt.
Hunt?
Yeah.
Anyway, so they correct me if I'm wrong. So they brought me in here. Did they put me in ICU right away?
Right away.
Okay. They put me in ICU right away. And I guess they
oxygen? Okay, good.
took care of me or whatever they did. I mean, I guess. Then they discovered that I had trouble breathing, which is really the problem that I've been having all along, not being able to catch my breath.
Right.
Before I knew any of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was in ICU for a while. Then they said, you're doing fine. Go back to a regular floor, upstairs. And I went back to the regular floor, and I felt okay. They got me to walk a little bit. They strengthened me a little bit, and I was, I guess, doing okay. Suddenly they said, it's time for you to leave here. You're doing great. We want you to go to the rehab place.
Broadlawn.
I said, fine, okay. They packed me up, whatever, and go in the ambulance to the rehab place. What's the name of it?
Broadlawn.
Broadlawn.
Broadlawn. Which was supposed to be #1 in rehab, from what I was told.
I haven't heard anything. I just knew
Don't
that.
bother.
I get there, and there's like 100 people all over the place in wheelchairs. And
Yeah, I've been there before. Not me personally, but I've been to visit.
I'm saying that
Yeah.
they're not in bed like dying.
Right.
I was there not quite 2 hours.
1 hour.
1 hour. And I was sitting up like this, waiting to get into a room, or they were going to take my history, or whatever it was. And I froze. Literally froze. Like a piece of ice.
No, first, you said you jumped out of bed and you dangled your feet over the edge. #1. She jumped up like a kid. Beep! And she said, I gotta sit. But she dangled her feet. Then she started shaking. And she got freezing cold. And I gave you 1 cover and then 2 covers. And she never stopped shaking. And she turned white.
What do you keep asking the doctors that you can't get an answer for?
And my teeth would like go in like this, chattering.
I never saw anything.
So within the hour and a half that I went there, they brought me back here.
Right.
My
Is that the
question
blood
is,
pressure? Why that
Blood
happened?
pressure dropped all the way down, all the way down to like 82, and her body temperature went down to 94.
I want to know, and I can't get an answer.
Why that happened?
What happened between the time they dismissed me?
It could have been something with your heart. That's what they
What
said.
does it mean it could have been?
They never give you an exact reason, but
Because they probably don't know an
they
exact
don't really
reason.
know what it was.
No, here's a good
It could have
example
been
of how
several.
you feel affecting your health. You had an anxiety attack.
Or just the transfer alone
It
from
was
one place
different,
to
right.
another could make you, go all the way
Were
down.
were you anxious in the ambulance that came? No, she wasn't. We were
But
waiting right there.
who knows? Even if you weren't anxious, it could have just been the transfer from one.
Well, you didn't like it once you got in that room. It's very
Yeah, so-
depressing.
right.
It was very dark. Remember how it was so old?
Yeah.
It's really a nasty looking
Tony
place.
actually interned there for a little bit.
Really?
So
Yeah.
now I came back
Which he's
here
interned in a lot of
Okay.
nice places.
in ICU.
Right.
Every doctor, there must have been 10 doctors.
Mhm.
Each has their own field that they work in, obviously. One doctor today he said it to me. Pulmonary doctor, you're fine. Heart doctor, you're fine. whatever doctor, you're fine. The only thing that happened is one lung collapsed.
Okay.
How does that happen when you're under the care of all these doctors? And why don't they know what happened?
Well, if the lung collapsed,
I don't know if it collapsed or disappeared or swallowed up or...
One lung is not working. It's out, over, and gone.
Really? That's what they said right now?
That's exactly the
You,
words they
you're on
use.
one lung?
Right.
Wow.
One lung. Every doctor,
yeah, it's gone.
Well, that's because they took it out.
Right.
every doctor who comes here is a specialist in their own field. And everyone that I asked, he said, you have to ask Dr.
Do you have a dog
So-and-so.
also? Yes? You got a
You have
dog
to
also?
ask Dr. So-and-so. You have to ask Dr. So-and-so. Some people, and they said it to me, some people live very long with one lung, some people don't. So I said, why are you telling me these things to make me more nervous than I am right now? I still can't breathe. He says, well, that's something we can't fix.
Oh, well.
And
Okay.
that's the reason
You're
that I
here?
came in.
Right. So what
And
are they
I can't
saying?
make heads or tails.
So what are they saying today?
The one
Not
doctor
today,
that was
yes.
here today,
Right.
he said to me, you can go home
I don't
tomorrow.
like to sit.
Really?
I said, really?
I swear.
He said,
I'm not a sitter.
definitely.
When I
Oh,
need to sit,
good.
I'll
I
give
said,
you
now wait a
the
minute, we have another
signal. Thank you.
situation
What?
I just clean up.
with the breast cancer. When that happened to me way back, a year,
Right.
way back, the oncologist over there gave me a pill.
Right.
And she said to me, don't ever, ever, ever forget to take this pill every day.
Right.
You're going to be okay.